Hi, I'm Carlos Marin, author of The Ultimate Success Formula and founder of the Unlimited Success Academy, and welcome to another episode of Your Unlimited Life, the show that is dedicated to teaching you the mindset and the strategies that will empower you to be, do, and have anything that you want in your life. And today, we've got a very exciting show called How to Instantly Dominate the Game and Win. This is a very compelling topic and one that most people in this world have no clue about. Knowing and applying this principle in your life will give you such a tremendous advantage to win the game of life. So this week, we're going to finish our training on the most powerful tool you and I have to produce the life we really want to live instead of the one that we were programmed to live. This is the faculty of mind that can set us free from any and all limitations, whether learned or self-imposed. I'm talking about awakened creative imagination. And please, stop a second and do not be fooled. This is a very real area of skill. I am not talking about wishing and hoping, or idle daydreaming, or fantasizing. I'm talking about the very power that infinite intelligence used to create the entire universe and continues to use to this day to hold the cosmos in place and maintain perfect order in, get this, over 400 million billion solar systems. Wow. This is a power that only the most successful and wealthy ever master. So if you want to join the company of the privileged few in this world, you must take it seriously and do it too. Okay, so we've already determined that thoughts are things. And if you've been paying attention, you know they are the most powerful things in the world. So what if you could create anything you wanted to right now? If you're watching or listening to this on an airplane or maybe stuck in rush hour traffic or somewhere else you'd rather not be, how quickly can you transport yourself somewhere else? In an instant, right? You may be saying, Carlos, I'm at the dentist office and I've been sitting here for freaking 20 minutes and there's no sign of that changing anytime soon. Come on, think about it. When you're working out and you want to stop, what do you do to keep going? I mean, you picture yourself looking fine, right? Strutting along the beach, right? Or crossing the finish line at your first marathon or bike race, or anywhere that's better than where you are in this moment. Whenever you're somewhere you consider unpleasant, while you may not be able to physically change your location, you can be anywhere in space and time, even the past or the future, with the use of the most incredible resource at your disposal. And I'm not talking about your iPad. I'm talking about your imagination. Imagination is the creative power of infinite intelligence within us. It is always turned on, and when directed purposely, is a driving force not to be reckoned with. I'll encourage you to use your imagination countless times throughout this TV series and radio series, especially when I want you to abandon your standard way of thinking and really put yourself out there. Look, in the 1980s, Dr. Maxwell Maltz wrote a book, very enlightening book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and he found that the mind couldn't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and an actual one. Now, this is because the job of the imagination is to create experience. Imagination is able to create anything we can think or ask, subject to the consistency of our focused attention. If we direct this power consciously by thinking from the mindset of our dreams accomplished, we will act accordingly and achieve our desires. However, if we think from a state of mind of fear, doubt, worry, we unconsciously direct this power to bring negative, unpleasant results into our lives. See, you and I, in the process we call thinking, are continually having mental conversations with ourselves or others in our mind, and constructing scenarios by creating mental images and circumstances and then manipulating them in our minds. All of this is the function of our imagination. And our imagination is functioning all of the time. Even in our conscious mind, what we call the reasoning process, as we compare data and facts and possibilities and different points of view, we're using our imaging power in order to examine the data, view things from different angles, and create scenarios while having internal dialogue. This too is imagining. In our subconscious mind, when we remember things from our past, whether pleasant or unpleasant, the faculty we're using to recall the images, the sound, and the feeling stored in our memory is our imagination. When you have doubt, or you worry about something, or when you fear something, or something is going to happen, you're using your imagination to envision or have feelings about future occurrences, conditions, or circumstances. Now, obviously, everything we envision in our future, when we look at our dreams, set goals, and make plans, is all imagination. Now get this, the ancient teachers of the wisdom literature taught that the imagination is God in action. Here's a poem that I find really amazing, and it speaks to that. It goes like this: visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long-lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space. And on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. Now, the philosopher and poet William Blake said the imagination is not a state, it's the human existence itself. The eternal body of man is the imagination. That's the divine body. So Blake saw imagination as nothing less than God as he operates in the human soul, as the forming or plastic spirit that works in God and in the human mind. Albert Einstein, who's regarded as the father of modern physics, expressed his belief in the unlimited power of imagination many, many times, stating things like, logic will only get you from A to Z, imagination will get you everywhere. Here's another one: imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, imagination encircles the world. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Einstein even said that in formulating his world-changing theory of relativity, he imagined himself traveling through space on a beam of light. Now, how is that for the power of imagination to change your world? Certainly by now you can see how your imagination is used in every moment in time to hold your current view of reality in place, or to use on purpose to create a new reality of your own choosing. So it's the fusion of our imagination and our mindset that shapes our world. It is the mindset from which we think that determines the objective world in which we live. So in order to wisely and consciously create the circumstances you desire, the future must become the present in your imagination. Through the power of imagination, you must convert your desire, your want, into already being it and acting as if it's so. Your imagination must be centered in the state of mind of the person who has already attained your desire and view the world from that state. Our desires arise in order to be fulfilled in the activity of our imagination. And what we fervently believe to be true is what will be our reality. The key then is to develop the ability to use our imagination on purpose to create the life we want. This, as in all developed abilities, requires discipline and practice. Remember, repetition is the mother of skill. To become a master at using your imagination creatively instead of destructively, you must become aware of what you're thinking throughout your day, because it's just a small jump from thinking about something to creating mental images, to holding mental conversations and having feelings about what it would feel like if something came true. The difference in just thinking about something to imagining it is the feeling you have behind it. And understand this, imagining is not just about making mental images. That's called visualization. It's about the feeling of certainty behind the images. Just like having mental conversations, it's not the words you hear in your head, it's the feelings that are generated by those mental conversations. And understand this, it makes no difference whether these imaginings are good, like something you really would love to have in your life, or bad, as in something you don't want to have and are afraid of happening. The intensity of the feeling behind it is the power that you are investing into the thing that you're imagining. So here's an important exercise to do in order to practice this process. So the key and the beginning of it all is getting really, really, really clear about what you want your life to be like in the next 3 years. What you absolutely would love your life to be like in your financial and business area, in your physical body, health and well-being, in your relationships, and your emotional and spiritual life. So just consider and answer this question on paper, which will help you describe this. So if you and I were having this conversation right now, 3 years from now, and you were looking back on those 3 years, what has to have happened in your financial, your physical body, your relationships, and your emotional life in order for you to feel happy with the results that you've achieved? Think about that. That's a powerful question. Answer this question and get clarity on the life you'd love to live, and write 2, 3, 4 paragraphs about it. Call this your ideal life declaration or statement. Then every morning when you wake up, read your ideal life statement and take just 10 minutes to get still, get quiet, and just imagine that it has already happened. See in your mind what your life would be like. Hear in your mind the conversations you would have with the important people in your life, including what you would say to yourself. Feel what it would feel like to already have that life. And I mean, let yourself go. Really let yourself go and really enjoy the experience. Repeat the same exercise, reading your ideal life statement and imagining it's already happened at night, right before going to bed. Do this every morning and every night before going to sleep for just 10 minutes each. The more you do this, the more you're exercising your imagination muscles, and the better you will get at it. Eventually, it will become so real to you that you will start acting like that person that you want to be in everyday life, having what you want to have in your life, and then you will manifest it in your physical world at a speed that will amaze you. So, remember always, my job is to help you believe in yourself and learn and apply the principles that will guarantee your success and empower you to shape your world. I believe in you. I know that you can be, do, and have everything that your heart desires, and I'm committed to showing you how to do just that. That is my purpose. So go out and share this program with everyone you love through my website, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're not subscribed to my TV and podcast channels or my website, you can do so at the end of this program on the links provided in this video on the final screenshot. Join our community, our global community. Help me spread the word to everyone that you can be, do, and have whatever you want by developing that mindset of the person who already has it, and that anyone can do it. So until next week, God bless and live your unlimited life.